Is Island Village actually Celebration? And if so, is it even worth moving to? And then what exactly would you be even moving to if you chose this place? Well, in today's video, I'm in Island Village and I'm aiming to give you the views, the vibes, and the facts of what living in this area could entail, especially if you're looking to buy a home here. Because yes, this area could be perfect for you to live out your Disney dream, but depending on what your priorities are, you could maybe live it out elsewhere. So let's dive in. First question, is Island Village a part of Celebration? The answer to that is yes. So much so that a part of buying a home here means you're paying into the Master Homeowners Association, which does grant you access to all the pools except Artisan Park. Those folks do pay extra for their amenities. The reason why people think about this though is given the location of Island Village, it seems so far away from where the downtown Celebration core is that we know and love. It's about a 10 to 12 minute drive between each destination. And so it's certainly not a place you're gonna be getting up in the morning and walking to per se, but it's never that far away if you wanted to go down to downtown, especially since they have their this is now the 27th year of them doing that snow and Christmas event. So it'll still be available to you to be a part of your daily or weekly life, to go to the restaurants or go on the trails, but you still have that within Island Village, which I think is a really cool thing. You got Tacos Don Andres, which I've personally had a couple times now actually. And then CFS Coffee, I was so excited to see them here because their mango smoothie, this one right here, absolute fire. I know we're supposed to go to a coffee shop for coffee, but they have some awesome stuff here. Ice cream shop also there. And then you have Celebration Point in all its retro style glory with tons of shops. You got Jeff's Bagel Run, Peach Valley Cafe, Fat Burger, Bubba Coo's Burritos, the most cool Publix ever. And in line with the grocer, all the other things you need on a day-to-day, so to speak, your UPS store, your Walgreens, that kind of thing. And that's roughly a 3 to 4 minute drive. So you have that right within your backyard. And also for my EV folks, there is a Tesla supercharger there. They got a lot of chargers there. And so you have that too. Proximity wise though, you're about 40 minutes to downtown Orlando. You're looking at 30 to the Orlando airport just because you're going to be using the 417, which is one of our toll roads here. And I'm actually going to do the drive. So I just passed sort of town center Island Village. Hopefully you can see the time here. It's 10:40. I'm going to time getting to the entrance of Magic Kingdom. I would go in today, but I have a Pixie Pass. So not only is it a Saturday, but also the whole Thanksgiving week is kind of blocked out for me. So I will resume afterwards. And 10:48, so that took us about 8 minutes. Well, it didn't take us about, it took us 8 minutes to get to the entrance, so to speak, to be in the Disney bubble where the signs change and the pixie dust is sprinkled all over the asphalt. All right, 10:51, as you can see, hopefully, and we are right at where the entrance is. So realistically, from your doorstep to Disney, you could be here within 11 minutes. I think that's pretty cool. And so then begs the question, who is Island Village for? Like, what type of person buys a home here? Well, one, everyone. Let's just get that clear. But secondarily, I think you have to have an affinity for Disney, for the parks. You gotta have some sort of interest to want to be this close to the parks without being bombarded by being in an Airbnb style community, because you can't short-term rent in Celebration. So that's a really good thing for people who want to build community with like-minded individuals. I can't tell you how many license plates I've seen with the Magic Kingdom silhouette on it. Maybe you've been a part of DVC for a while now and you've actually now decided that you want to move to Florida, and those 1 to 2 trips a year suddenly are going to turn to 1 to 2 trips a week because you're going to get an annual pass and you'll be able to go whenever you want. Except if you have a Pixie Pass like myself, in which case you cannot go anytime you want. You can still go a lot, just not anytime you want. So definitely a lot of folks here who have some affinity to Disney, want to be close, and you like the vibe, the feel, the look of Celebration because you are paying a premium for it. Celebration is not the most affordable area to be close to Disney, and so you're prioritizing a place that is extremely clean when you walk around, very pristine, and for the case of Island Village, new. You want a newer home. You don't want necessarily the homes that are in the early 2000s or late 90s that can be found in the OG sections of Celebration. Speaking of Island Village not necessarily being the most affordable, when it comes to prices in the area, you're looking to start around the high fives for some of the resale townhomes currently available on market. And you're gonna go all the way up to roughly $2 million in most cases. And that's gonna be for their 7-8 bedroom option. So these are pretty large homes, mind you. And you do also have the option for a garage apartment with some of the floor plans that they do have. Now, if you remember earlier on in the video, I did talk about having access to those 5 Celebration pools that aren't necessarily in Island Village, but in the OG Celebration, if you will. We're gonna dive through the amenities and, really important, the fees. They are a little bit higher than some of the other neighborhoods here in Central Florida, so it is important that you're aware of what you're paying for. You do have access, like I mentioned, to those Celebration Village pools, as well as the one that's in Island Village, so you do have your own amenity center that looks amazing, by the way. 2 fitness centers, you have access to tennis courts, small and large dog parks, outdoor fitness station, tons of trails throughout the community, parks, ponds, playgrounds, vehicle charging stations within the community as well for your access, yoga lawn, and then access to all CROA amenities. CROA being the fancy HOA for Celebration. It is the Celebration Residential Owners Association. In addition to paying that, if you do have a townhome here, you're also going to be paying your supplemental dues for your townhome, which come out to about $369 per month. You do also have a trash service fee, which is about $88 a quarter. And you do have a CDD here as well, ranging from roughly around $1,500 for the townhomes and all the way up to close to $2,900 for the 70-foot wide lots. And something else a little bit unique here is the master initial contribution to the association. That in and of itself, having that as a fee is not unique, but how they describe the amount is, which is a 0.5% or 0.5% of the sale price of your home. That's what you're gonna be paying in initial contribution versus maybe a set dollar amount. So that is something to keep in mind. All that said, let's actually take a look at 3 different examples of what's possible here in Island Village. So this is the Anastasia. This is a 3-bed, 2.5 bath, looking at roughly 1,800 square feet. They start on their website, as you'll see, right around the mid-6s, but finished examples are hovering right around 700,000 thereabout. Very much open concept. As you can see, that's the front door, and this is the lovely kitchen, which makes sense for a home of this size. You don't necessarily want all the walls eating up that square footage. You can look out to your friends on your covered patio, which I love the size of that thing. And you can also look and have a chat with those watching the game or TV. Heading up the stairs, you got your first bedroom here that does have this bathroom. Then you got your second bedroom here, which is a little bit smaller, which is why I'm guessing they stage it as an office. But then heading this way, got your primary suite, nice tall closet, and a pretty good sized bathroom. Beautiful. But let's say you wanted a single family home. A popular product here are those bungalow style homes, meaning the garage is in the back. So let's take a look at this one. This floor plan really does feel like home to me because as soon as you go in, you do have height. You got those tall ceilings where the staircase is, but it's a nice blend in between formality and open concept. You don't see the kitchen fully yet. You do get your bathroom up front, do have your bedroom here. They have it staged as an office. Then it opens up as soon as you step into the living area, which I really love. The ingredients of a proper 2-story is practically all here in this house. You got your loft, got your remaining bedrooms, laundry room is upstairs for that convenience, and then appropriately so, you got your primary suite tucked towards the back of the home. But let's say you want a traditional single family home where the garage is in the front. That gives you really nice backyard space. Check out this example. This one's a resale, currently right around $1.4 million on market. My favorite architectural style in the neighborhood, which is sort of the Spanish Mediterranean. This is the Santa Rosa. It is 4 beds, 3.5 bath. You're looking at roughly close to 2,900 square feet, and you can fit 3 cars here with an incredible living area, nice stone countertops with the waterfall edge, backsplash going up to the ceiling, and then the backyard is my favorite. So much space backing up to conservation, and you can 100% fit a pool back here. And so yeah, I would say those are pretty solid options if you're thinking about moving to Island Village. I'm seeing a lot of opportunity in the resale market, to be transparent right now. Of course, if you want that fully new process where you're going to the design studio and so forth, then you have a ton of new construction available. You'll definitely not run out of your options there. One thing that has stood out to me about Celebration over the years is that you know when you're in Celebration, and conversely, you know when you're out of it, because it just seems like there is a higher standard of care and quality and attention to the streets. Everything from the uniformity of the signs to tell you which road you're on. It's a testament also that you can have new construction and simultaneously varied architecture. It doesn't have to be a brown box, as they say or accuse Florida of being. And so yeah, if you really want to be close to the parks and you feel like the vibe, the feel of Celebration, and by extension Island Village speaks to you and your family, and on top of that you want a newer home, Island Village could be a very solid option for you. And so if you are unrepresented and thinking about partnering up with an agent, I'd love to partner with you as your real estate agent. So feel free to shoot me an email, info@orlandowithmario.com, and I'll link right here another video for you to watch. This is another area that a lot of my clients who love Disney are choosing. So feel free to watch that, and I'll see you next week.